Hello there, Texas Deacon here. Thank you for joining me. I'm calling this session Red Pill number 5, the IRS. Now, what I would like for other people out there that have their YouTube channel to start their own Red Pill series with experiences which they have known about or been close to, and share them with other people, because these things, the ones I've shared, for example, no one has ever heard about, no one except the people right around it. Now I'm putting it out there where everybody can see it. Now, the Internal Revenue Service, you can be a million of those, but I'm going to tell you an experience that happened to some friends of mine. These people were poor people, which there's a lot of poor people, that's okay. But they were working a 4-day-a-week job, and they worked for her father. He ran a machine shop that was actually behind his house. He was a good machinist. He did contract work for big companies, and they worked for him. Now, his daughter, my friend, was the one that did the books for the company. Now, since they did the books, they could get their W-2 forms on January 1st. They sent their income tax off on January 1st because they qualified for the Earned Income Credit, which I don't like that at all. They didn't earn it. They got my tax money, but that's a different story. They were getting it. Well, time goes by and they get a registered letter from the IRS that they're in trouble. Now, let's back up the clock a little bit, a few years, and I forget where it was 3 or 5 years. It had to do with the statute of limitations, where they could file an amended income tax return. It was too late to file an amended. What had happened that year is, since these people worked when they could, and they did not always have full-time employment at her father's shop, he would get a contract to do a run and do that run, and then it might be a week or two before he got another contract. She had an opportunity to work for the school district, and she worked 2 days for the school district in the town where they lived. Earned a total of $160. Well, that year, at the end of January, they got a W-2 for the $160. Well, not knowing what to do, or maybe they wasn't that concerned, it's such a small amount, they did nothing. Well, according to the IRS, when they finally was able to find them, that they had sent them letters, registered letters, certified letters, had been trying to contact these people for years. Even though their address never changed, their place of employment never changed, the federal government couldn't find them. But soon as the statute of limitations for filing a revised income tax return ran out, miraculously they found them. Hauled them into their court, fined them $10,000, took away their earned income credit for 5 years, which was $3,200 a year, making a bottom line of costing these people $26,000 because they left that $160 off their return, which even if they had to put it on there, would have changed nothing. Now, we've all heard the stories about the IRS going after little people for doing nothing. And one of the reasons they like to go after little people is it has such an impact on their lives, and they tell everybody about it. Whereas if you go after the rich company or rich man and fine them $100,000, they just write it off as just an expense of doing business, expense of living, and go on about their business. Little people can't do that. We need every dollar we can get. So I don't have the answer except the IRS has got to go. As long as the IRS is around, no one is safe. I've heard it said that J. Edgar Hoover wasn't afraid of any man in this country, but he was afraid of the IRS. J. Edgar Hoover, who was first head of the FBI, I understand, was not afraid of congressmen. Why? Because he had a file on every congressman, and every one of them had a little bit of something in their background that they really didn't want out. And I'm sure every one of them didn't, but enough of them did that they couldn't do anything to him. But he was afraid of the IRS. I'm afraid of the IRS. And you better be afraid of the IRS until we can do something about it. You know, the IRS acts like it's a part of the government. A lot of people don't understand the Internal Revenue Service is a private corporation, not part of the U.S. government. It does work for the government, of course. Now, if you know of anybody that had trouble, put it out here on the YouTube. Okay? We will be able to do something other if enough of us will speak up and stick together and get our stories out there. Okay? Thank you. May God bless America. May God bless the Republic of Texas. And may God bless you and yours.